everybody, and welcome to the first game in the month of February. I'm your host, Sarah Pribis, and let me be the first to help us usher in all the February feels. Happy Black History Month! Happy Lunar New Year and a Year of the Tiger. That's neat. Happy month of love. Happy everything all the time. And a very happy new game of trivia to everyone observing tonight. Let's ring in the love month with some winnings, shall we? I, for one, cannot wait to get into February because this year I've got it bad for all my display bees. That's right. I have officially fallen. I've fallen and I can't get up. And furthermore, I don't wanna. I'm just gonna stay down here and soak up all the good vibes. Plus, there's free money down here. And to show you all how much I love you, I'm gonna get to give it all away. Every last cent. But before I do, let's do a quick rundown of these rules, shall we? You'll have 10 seconds to answer 10 questions each. When a new question appears, choose carefully because once you tap, there's no going back. Make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi and you're holding your phone vertically so you can keep your eyes on me and the questions. We call it 2 for the price of 1. Your winnings will appear on your display bank account if you're active in the app and have a completed profile. Well, that's it. That's all there is. Let's not overcomplicate this. Let's just take the plunge. But first, let's test the waters just to make sure you're ready. Would you rather go live from New York, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees? This is a hard one. I don't even know how to choose because I go live all the time. So of course I love that. Live from New York, I mean, I'm literally live from New York, and who doesn't love Staying Alive, Staying Alive. Oh my gosh, how do I choose? What do I choose? Do I do live from New York? I'll do live from New York because that's, I feel like that's all of them in one. All right, we've got 42% say go live. Maybe you're just feeling, you're like, come on, I'm ready. I'm ready to go live on this quiz. 32% live from New York. 23% are you feeling that disco, the disco vibes. Kind of, I feel like I got a shimmery little look on. All right, we're getting there. And for anyone that didn't hear, we are going to be live from Los Angeles next week. That's right. A very special series of trivia games coming at you. Same time, don't worry, but maybe some extra special surprises. Wise Kingdom Man is ready to go. Philip Isson is ready to go. Lauren Killer is ready to go. Mark Foot. Okay. Well, let's not wait any longer. It's time for display trivia. Question 1. Calamari is a fried version of what food? Lollipops, cheesecake, squid. Calamari is a fried version of what food? Lollipops, cheesecake, squid. Calamari, everyone's favorite fried appetizer. You know, they call it an appetizer and a amuse-bouche, if you will. Something just to whet the appetite, to make you excited for the actual dinner. But like, sometimes when I order this food for the table, there's no dinner. And that's okay. That's actually a rule from the official Calamari Council, like that the calamari can fill you up before the dinner. The other rule with this food is that it has to be served on red and white checked paper that has become so greasy as to be transparent and in a little red plastic basket. Sorry, but if this food shows up on a plate, I just won't know what to do with it. Okay, fine. I'll eat it. Calamari is fried squid. Dip it in some marinara and you've got yourself a meal. 93% of you knew that. Let's make a meal of Q2. This children's TV character is a dinosaur from our imagination. Bob the Builder, Barney, Arthur. This children's TV character is a dinosaur from our imagination. Bob the Builder, Barney, Arthur. Me? Personally, I'm born and raised outside Philly. But this dinosaur, wow. This dinosaur isn't even from a geographical location. He's from right inside our imagination. Of all the places to be from. Now, I hear he was born in our imagination, but actually raised in a small suburb outside Cincinnati. But he does still claim citizenship in our imagination, yeah. He's got a passport and he is a fully fledged resident. Even pays taxes and does jury duty there, which means yes. Our imagination is a democracy, and even though it is but a figment, you still must be 18 years old to vote. Not sure the legal age, what the legal age is to drive. I'm guessing as soon as you can think up a flying car. The dinosaur from our imagination, USA, is Barney, everyone's favorite childhood playmate and outstanding citizen. 95% of you got that. No one tapped Arthur, no one. That might be a first. Okay, question 3. The water in portable restrooms is generally known for being this color: orange, blue, pink. The water in portable restrooms is generally known for being this color: orange, pink, blue. As far as we know, the watercolor in these is a global phenomenon. I know I'm not saying people go in here and make lovely little portraits with water-based paint. At least I really, really hope not. I'm saying the color of the water changes once these chemicals are added to treat the waste and deodorize it. Which leads me to my next question. This is the smell we get with deodorizer? This is the better alternative to just letting it sit and doing literally nothing? By now, I think you probably know I'm talking about a porta potty. Look, the actual experience of having to relieve yourself in a windowless cupboard with nothing but a tiny plastic latch separating you from the mean teens at Coachella is bad enough. But to have to subject one's nose to the stench that wafts up from these waste pits and the blue water that haunts their plastic basins, that's really all too much. I would say plug your nose, but then what of the hands you need to wipe? It's hopeless. Blue is your answer. 95% of you got that. Question 4. Which of the following animals has antlers? Elk, ram, mountain goat. Which of the following animals has antlers? Elk, ram, mountain goat. You might be thinking to yourself right now, hey, wait a second. All these animals have little pointies that stick up out of their heads. Well, let me tell you something. Little pointy things sticking up out of a head do not an antler make. I didn't want you all to find out this way, but it's a high time you learned. Horns are different from antlers. What classifies as an antler? An antler is grown anew each season and then is shed, which objectively makes antler-bearing animals much more fashion-forward than their horned counterparts. Oh, hi, Lizzie. Aren't those the same horns you had last season? Vintage? Cute. Horns grow directly out of the skull and keep growing for the duration of the animal's life, like that of rams and mountain goats. Elk, however, are the cover girls of the wild, shedding and regrowing new antlers every year. Elk was it. 90% of you got that. Question 5. The gallbladder functions as storage for what naturally produced substance? Bile, insulin, hydrochloric acid. Gallbladder functions as storage for what naturally produced substance? Bile, insulin, hydrochloric acid. Oh, finally, some more storage. It is getting so hard to find places where I can continue to stuff things in my apartment. I mean, wow. The little slot between the fridge and the counter can only hold so many stools and brooms. And what about all the extra cutlery I get from ordering in? My silverware drawer is about to bust at the seams. I always click the option for no utensils, and what do the good people of Grubhub keep doing? Delivering me utensils, that's what. And maybe what we need isn't more storage, but less stuff. I mean, how many pairs of jeans does a sensible girl really need? 17, at least 17. Well, while I try to sort through my storage issues, the gallbladder is hard at work assisting the liver by storing the body's bile. What a great little sidekick. If she keeps it up at this rate, she'll get her own movie any day now. 91% of you got it. Halfway there, question 6. The longest single stint in American late-night TV hosting belongs to which figure? Conan O'Brien, Johnny Carson, Jimmy Fallon. The longest single stint in American late-night TV hosting belongs to which figure? Conan O'Brien, Johnny Carson, Jimmy Fallon. Okay, so not that it's a contest, but this guy did host one single late night show in the US for longer than any of his peers. But fellas, let me tell you, it's not always about the length, okay? Like, length is not the most impressive statistic. Sometimes it's more about what you do with it. And before I have to tell you to get your minds out of the gutter, let me say I am referring to that pantomime performance I caught in Washington Square Park not but just a couple of days ago. Those guys did like maybe 3 or 4 solid minutes and then knew exactly when to walk away. They did just enough to leave the audience wanting more. I still can't get over that he was not trapped in an invisible box. I mean, the point is, if they had gone for 20 minutes, I don't think the performance would have been as effective. Fortunately, Johnny Carson made the most of his 30 years at The Tonight Show. Conan O'Brien has been on the air for the same amount of time, but on various different programs. 73% of you got that. A lot of you thought it was Conan, but there you go, not the same show. Question 7. All of the following substances are considered lipophilic except retinol, phylloquinone, cobalamin. All of the following substances are considered lipophilic except retinol, phylloquinone, cobalamin. Basically, we're asking you to figure out which is the odd one out here. It's not hard to do. It's just like picking a jelly-filled donut out of a lineup of, I don't know, like raw vegetables, or picking a cat video out of a line of economic articles. I'm not done. It's like picking a Friends rerun out of a 24-hour C-SPAN live coverage feed. It's like choosing which one is the funny, fuzzy bunny slipper out of the lineup of strappy stilettos. Guys, I'm telling you, it's just as simple. Once you know that lipophilic means fat soluble. Oh, you still don't know what I'm talking about? It means which of these chemicals breaks down in fat but not water. Come on, guys, this is so easy. The obvious answer here is cobalamin, otherwise known as vitamin B12. Vitamin A and vitamin K, respectively, are known as hydrophilic, 76%. Yeah, you got it. Awesome. Question 8. The law that states computer processing speed will double every 2 years was based on a theory by the co-founder of what company? Intel, Microsoft, IBM. The law that states computer processing speed will double every 2 years was based on a theory by the co-founder of what company? Intel, Microsoft, IBM. If you know me, you know I don't like these kinds of factoids because, like any reasonable human person, I am terrified out of my wits of artificial intelligence. Oh, not because it poses a huge threat to humanity, but just because of the word artificial. Look, I don't even want artificial ingredients in my food or skincare. Have I been spending too much time on the Goop website? You betcha, okay? But look, I'm healthy as a horse now. And no, it's not because of Gwyneth selling me $75 of horse shampoo that I'm supposed to ingest and use as an antibiotic. I mean, that woman really knows how to take my money. Unlike Gordon Moore, the founder of Intel, Ms. Paltrow doesn't have any computer theory laws named after her. Yet. The law is Moore's Law, and we've got just a few more questions. 92% of you got that, probably because you tuned into the pre-show. There you go. Question 9. All of the following are true of the Hebrew alphabet, except it's classified as a true alphabet. It must be used to write the Sefer Torah. It's an offshoot of the Imperial Aramaic alphabet. All of the following are true of the Hebrew alphabet, except it's classified as a true alphabet. It must be used to write the Sefer Torah. It's an offshoot of the Imperial Aramaic alphabet. In case you don't know, Hebrew is the language of the Jewish people and religion, which means you can use it to say things like Mazel Tov and Oy vey, and my favorite, latkes. The one thing you might want to know about Hebrew, though, if you plan on reading it, is that it's read from right to left, which is coincidentally how I eat my latkes. I also use sour cream and applesauce on those, which you don't need to read Hebrew, but you know, I'm not going to rule it out. If it works for you, go for it. Maybe get some Manischewitz wine out too, like whatever floats your boat. But do know that Hebrew might call itself an alphabet, but it's actually abjad, meaning it's not a true alphabet because it doesn't contain vowels. Sefer Torah are the first 5 books of the Bible, and in the Jewish custom, they must be written in Hebrew script. How many of you are getting this one? I'm still waiting to find out. So let's keep it going and see how many people are going to get it. Whew! I mean, I've revealed the final answer, and I don't know if this is my app. Should I keep going? Or are we pausing for a moment to let this catch up? Pausing. All right. In the meantime, while we all let this catch up, so as to not let this quiz go to waste, let me tell you what's happening next week, friends. Okay, next week we are going to be out of Los Angeles, which means we got 5 new games coming at you next week at 8 p.m. Eastern. They're going to be themed, they're going to have cash prizes, and we're going to have some special guests. Now, as to the themes, you're going to have to tune in next week to find out. And if you want that free answer that any of you have to get at any point in time, every single night before the game, to, you know, have a better chance of it going okay, then you can actually tune in to the Display TV Live that we're going to do. So that'll be at 7:45 p.m. Eastern every single night. From the Display app, you'll go into the Display TV profile, click on it. I'll give that answer away at 7:45, 15 minutes prior to trivia every single night. But again, trivia will be at 8 p.m. Eastern every single night next week, but from Los Angeles with special stuff. Okay, the other thing I want to tell you, in case you don't know, is that if you're using an Android, you got the most recent update today. So if you haven't already updated your apps, gone to Google Play, or whatever you do to update your apps, do it. If you're on iPhone, then don't worry, you're coming soon. Your update is coming soon. All right, friends, let's do it. I just really wanted to get this announcement in. That's it. Okay, it's time for the final question. Question 10. Which of the following is not one of the 5 principles of acoustics, networks, statistics, nature? Which of the following is not one of the 5 principles of acoustics, networks, statistics, nature? Okay, acoustics, we see you. You must be some kind of really expensive and exclusive private school if you need 5 principles to function. My school barely had 1 principal because I went to public school, and there are a lot of budget cuts. So we actually shared a principal with 5 other high schools in the district. We got Mrs. Franklin on Mondays, and then we just did without the rest of the week. This was really unfortunate if you got called to the principal's office for doing something bad, though, because if it was a Tuesday, oh, buddy, you were stuck there till next Monday. But hey, you know, that's the public school system. And I am getting word now that acoustics is not a fancy private school, but rather the study of human elements. Well, you know what? If I hadn't gone to public school, I might have known that. And the 5 principles of acoustics are nature, anthropos, society, shells, and networks. And if you got that right, well, woo, yeah. All right, friends. We are having some technical difficulties, but you know what? You came, you slayed, you displayed your knowledge, and thank you for showing up. Don't forget to tune in at 7:30 for our pre-show tomorrow where I give out that free answer. We'll see you tomorrow for trivia right here on display.